I'm David Reed, and this is The Engine Room.
All right, welcome to The Engine Room. Today we have a special guest, Hossein. And I'm not going to say your whole name. Could you want to give me it? I've never heard you say your whole name. Let's do it from the beginning to the end, all four.
Yeah. Hossein, Hossein,
yeah.
Arian, Nejad.
There you go.
That's the way.
Everyone just says Hossein because that's a lot.
Because that's, I've been known Hossein everywhere.
I know.
Since most everybody, they know me by Hossein. That's it.
Well, and in
throughout
our
NOV and even the people who report to me,
Yeah.
they never called me Arian or Arian Nejad, just Hossein.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted.
Well, and our company is that way.
Yeah, that's
Everyone's
correct. Yeah,
called by their first name.
correct.
It's not,
yeah,
it's not
that's
formal.
correct. Yeah, you're right.
So, where were you born?
I was born in a suburb of Tehran, Iran.
Really?
A place called Ray City.
Ray City.
Ray City, yeah. This amazing place. It was just a small city.
Yeah.
And,
how many people do you think?
Okay, this is interesting because this was about 200 households was built by German company
Really?
to support the largest cement manufacturing facility at the time in Iran.
Wow.
And it was 200 people, the people that they were working in the company. Since this was outside of the city limit and all that, they brought all their top, whomever they wanted to do, they built them a house, they give them a house. Therefore, we were part of the small community.
Did everyone,
of people.
well, I suppose support services, but
That's
generally
correct.
most
I mean,
people
you're
work?
talking about generally their management and also workers.
Yeah.
In the same area, therefore they were working together, and it's just unbelievable environment.
Yeah.
The kids grew up together, as the children of the workers. They were playing with the president of the company's kids.
Yeah.
You see that kind of environment.
Nice.
And very, very open and explore. I mean, since we were not in the city, we were free to explore the environment, and also because we didn't have the other amenity close to us. Therefore, the kids, they became fantastically close. I remember when I was a young kid, we used to have a chess club playing amongst ourselves.
Yeah.
Everybody was watching TV or radio, and we had a math club.
Really?
A few of us, we had a math club.
This is what kids do, chess and math.
Math and that kind of stuff. And we grew up that way and explore. And it was a small community. Therefore, we had to find the stuff things
to do.
Make it, as especially when some of the older kids, they were as they were growing, they were bringing the younger generation into the fold of what needs to be done. Very tight-knit community, and that was fantastic from that standpoint. And that really shaped my whole life.
And how?
Oh, in the sense that I was able to explore, be free.
Yeah.
And think about a lot of reading, a lot of talking with other people. Do you know the kids? Do you know?
Fascinating.
Yeah, and people, the other kids, they were open to explore.
Yeah.
Literature, music.
Really?
I was 9 years old when I started going to a maestro. One of the people in the same area, playing violin, until I was, when I came to the United States, I was 21 years old. I was still going to the same maestro, learning, playing music. Very, very fantastic environment, very free to explore and expand and think about, don't be tight, know. And that really had been my background. I think we are missing that now. The kids, they are much tighter, you know, they are because of safety,
More
whatever
controlled,
reason. It is a different environment. I think kids needs to be able to explore.
Yeah.
That's the way they are going to really be able to map their future much easier and much better that way, I believe. Yeah.
What did your parents do? Were they?
My mom was a housewife, and my dad was working in the cement company.
Yeah.
And also, as time passed, he had other interests outside of the cement company as a business person.
Yeah.
You know, therefore he started having, and I think I got some of that interest from him. You know, being able to do. For example, at one time, he was building houses, 2 or 3 at a time.
Really?
He became
On the side?
On the
Wow.
side,
Yeah.
He became he had this very good structurally, he knew how to deal with people, you know, and that helped him to be able to do that.
So you helped him in that, where you got to be around that?
Yes, I was not as much as I wanted, but I was seeing it. I was young still at the time, and I was much more interested in reading. A lot of I was an avid reader since I was a little kid because of the environment that I explained. These kids, we used to challenge each other.
Sounds
you know?
quite intellectual crowd for kids.
It was really. In fact, it's just amazing. For example, to get to university in Tehran,
Yeah.
it was a national exam. Most of these kids, they were top tier. By the time they end up taking the exam, they went
They all
to
were.
very
Well, from what you're describing, it's less tree climbing, more math and
challenging each other,
Yeah.
reading. You know, it's just amazing. The first time, and that totally changed my trajectory of my life. It was when one of these guys one time gave me a little blue book, Constitution of the United States.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
I'm serious.
How old were you?
I was 16.
Why? Why would he give you that?
Because we were challenging each other to read different things. We were reading Shakespeare in Tehran, Iran. This was
As you do.
ridiculous.
As kids do.
Yeah. We were reading different stuff, you know.
That's so wild.
Yeah, it was so wild. And and since I was from that early age, I'm an avid reader. I never stopped that. I have a habit of really read a lot of books. And another habit that I have, I never give my book to anybody.
You keep them?
Keep them.
Is your
Therefore,
house
if you see my house, is just
big library?
Big library, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
I do not give a book. I buy you a book.
Yes.
But when I buy a book,
you keep
I keep it.
That's amazing. Now I want to see pictures.
Yeah. Yeah. I have been, and recently and it's very recently, I start giving some of my books.
Oh, you
old
crazy man.
Away as a batch. Do you see what I mean?
Oh, really? Like they belong together?
Belong together, yeah.
Really? So to who? Why?
I give some stuff donated to libraries, for example.
So do you have some rare books?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Do you collect rare books?
No, not like that. It just happened that I kept book. Yeah.
Okay, so do you have every type of subject? Do you read all sorts of things or
literature?
Specific
literature. A lot. I love history. I love especially history of individual people, you know. More love poetry, Persian poetry. This is very big, do you know?
Yeah, you're in a
Rumi,
cultural,
do you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you're in a cultural hub growing up.
That's correct.
So
I grew up that way, you know. That's
amazing.
And as time passed, you know, whatever I had, I end up to be passionate,
Yeah.
enthusiastic, have a passion.
Yeah, you're never short of passion. I would say that.
Yeah.
And so would everyone who knows you. Very passionate.
Yeah, I mean, learn that. I mean, it became part of how I grew up. You know, have a very enthusiastic, and then have a passion for what I want to do. As I said, music.
So
Gardening.
any more violin or?
Yes.
Yeah,
No, I play a bunch of different music. In
have
fact,
you got a violin here? Just
I have not here, not in the
no,
office.
we would have ended with.
Yeah. But I play, in fact, the second hobby of mine that I start becoming a hobby, collecting musical
Really?
instrument, yeah.
Like more different instruments, or
That's
or
correct.
all
That's
sorts?
correct. Also, in fact, as part of NOV and FGS, as I travel to different countries, I collect different countries' musical instruments. I used to go and buy some stuff for my kids and all that. After 2 weeks, they threw it away.
Yeah, they weren't interested like you were interested.
okay. I said, you know what?
Yeah.
What I do, I think about how I can have a memory of all these stuff. And the way for me, I start collecting musical instruments from different countries.
What's your?
I have right now 20, 30 musical instruments.
What's your favorite? What's the strangest thing that you have?
Okay, I have a string instrument called dotar from Kazakhstan. Very nice.
Can you play it?
Yes,
You're
yes.
acting like
I
you
just play with it, and little by little I pick up and I start playing. Yeah, I got some stuff from China, from South America, from Europe. I have a lute, 1 or 2 lute.
As you do.
That kind
Everyone
of
has a
stuff.
couple of lutes. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So really, you don't have a home more than you have a museum that you sleep in.
Not really. It is, but I grew up with it, and I'm passionate about
So
this stuff.
fantastic.
And when I become passionate about something, I really spend time.
Yeah.
And
You get lost in it.
I came to the United States because of that little
The
blue book.
So did you tell me? Let's go there. We'll take our time.
Yeah.
But your little blue book,
Yeah.
when you get it,
Yeah.
what do you think?
I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
I couldn't believe some people 200 before
Yeah.
that time. And remember, I'm a kid growing up in a very, what do you call it?
Troubled. I mean, there's
the
war
time,
going
at
on
the time,
around.
yeah, all sorts of different things going on over there.
Yeah.
And religious society.
Yeah.
And this is suddenly opens my
very different.
very different, and that was one thing that I was fascinated. Then I started reading more and more history book about U.S. That kind of thing.
Do you still have it?
Yes.
Of course you do. Is it framed? Like it seems really.
No, I have
fantastic.
this stuff. Yeah.
So for those who don't know, describe growing up in the area you were in and what was going on.
Yeah,
in the
I was,
country.
as I said, I was going to school, and there was a school that we had to walk something like 30 minutes to get to it, and
it's hot, I assume, most
no,
of the time,
no,
or is
it's
not?
just amazing. Tehran is a very fantastic city, 4 seasons.
Yeah.
We had winter, we had the snow, and during and
So-
I was when you come to southern part of Iran, becomes very hot, and it's like a Middle East, I mean like Dubai and that kind of thing, that kind of environment.
You're more
But the northern part, close to Russia, we had a border with Russia at the time.
Yeah.
Soviet Union, it was a communist
back then,
country during that time, And went to college, and my brother had some kind of a scholarship, came to United States.
How many
and
siblings do you have?
I had two sister and two brothers. Therefore, there were five of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where are you in the order?
Last one.
Last one. You're the golden child.
Yeah, that's correct.
You can do nothing wrong.
That's And my brother was a very bright kid, and he had a scholarship. He came to the United States getting his master's degree and PhD.
Wow.
When I came here, he finished his master's degree in electrical engineering, and he wanted me to come here. And when I came here, he just finished his master's degree, and my father was not feeling well. He went back home, and I stayed. After 1 month I got here, he left, and that's the way I got to United States in
So you came
1979.
Oh, okay.
And he never came back. He just
really?
got married and stayed over there. And
okay.
Yeah, but I stayed, and is it a little funny story? 1 year later, I was going to college and all that. I was in Big Spring, Texas.
Yeah.
Big Spring, Texas,
yeah.
and
Sounds bigger when you say it. That
that's
way.
correct.
It's not that big.
In fact, I was. I wanted to become at the time, I wanted to get to petroleum engineering. And Midland, Odessa, and oil and gas and all that.
lines.
During this summertime, I came over there to try to see if there is something I can do, to learn and all that. And I met my wife, Sandra, 45 years ago in Big Spring, Texas.
Yeah.
During the summertime, I was driving to go to register in Texas Tech to get to university in Texas Tech.
Right.
I was driving. There is a little sign somewhere back there. You will see it. In fact, it's in my office. I saw a big sign that says immediate opening. I was driving to go to Texas Tech. It was a big sign showing immediate opening. And I was looking for a job. And I went 10 minutes, and I said, wait a minute, immediate opening. And I
kept playing in your head.
Yeah, I said, and I need a job. I turned around, and I went, I went inside, and this is 45 years ago when I started working for Fiberglass System.
Yes. As soon as you could. Immediate opening.
Immediate opening.
Never
turn around. And I went in, and
that's amazing. Was it Fiberglass Systems?
It was a Fiberglass System. This company was started by an unbelievable entrepreneur guy, Mr. V.F. Michael. He, at age 55, he mortgaged his house to build Fiberglass System.
Really?
Yes, at age 55.
Not Big Spring, but near?
Big Spring, in the city of Big Spring. Right. In Big Spring. His friend was part owner in a bank, and he came and asked for help. I want to build this company, and I mortgaged my own house. I put my own money, and they built a company.
Wow. So how long had the company existed at that point?
When I started working, it was about 5 years, 6 years already.
So still young company.
Very, very young, and they just started building.
Yeah. Did they start as fiberglass or?
Yes, it started as a fiberglass. He was an amazing guy. He was at one time teaching at UT Austin, but he said, I don't want to be a teacher. I want to just go into business. And he was a chemist. That's why he knew epoxy. He knew that kind of stuff.
And wait, let's get this clear. Your knowledge of fiberglass at this point?
Zero.
Okay.
I started. I was a 21-year-old, 22 years old, and I come in, and they hired me because they learned that I want to become an engineer.
You're on your way
in Big Spring, Texas, they want to be engineer. Come on. And
we'll make you an engineer. That's what they say.
And I started working as a worker in the plant. Making coupling, making pipe, making fitting. For 1.5 years, sweeping the floor, whatever it is. The first 1.5 years, I was a worker.
Yeah.
But the owner of company, he was very nice to me, and
Yeah.
he was challenging me, and he recognized very quickly that I'm not a worker, you know.
Yeah,
I can
you can do
work,
more.
but I can do more stuff. For
Yeah,
example,
yeah,
I was making fitting, but I was telling him, this is not the way to make it, you know. I start
You start
telling them different things.
changing things.
Yeah, stuff.
yeah.
Even I was a young kid,
Yeah.
and they were building the second facility in San Antonio. They wanted to move. The company was growing very rapidly at the time, and they built a second facility in San Antonio.
Wow.
And he told me, if you come to San Antonio, I give you a scholarship to go to university. I said, I'm
Easy.
in, because
Easy.
that's all I wanted, you know.
Yeah.
At the time, I just wanted to.
Yeah.
And when I came to San Antonio,
And
then,
how old then?
about 1.5 years
So you're
later, about
20,
23,
24,
24, and I start going to Trinity University.
Wow.
Yeah, he supported me to go to Trinity University, and I got my engineering degree over there. Meanwhile, I was working in the plant.
Chemical
with the-
engineering?
I got a mechanical, but also I got enough credit for both. In fact, I spent more time on the chemistry side of it,
Yeah.
because we didn't have chemists at the time. And
And you're just naturally curious. So.
yeah, we needed help in the chemistry side of it. Therefore, I
why
took
not? Yeah.
more and more stuff in there, you know. And we grew the
Wait,
company.
Somehow
Okay.
we missed you meeting your wife. Has this happened already?
Yes.
Pretty important.
Yeah. I met, before I start working, I met my wife.
Wait a minute. Did she have the sign immediate opening from here? I'm available.
No. I met her and I said, that's it. You know? 45 years ago,
Wow.
we are.
Wow.
We got married 45, 46 years ago, and
So while you were working in Big Spring.
yes, and then we moved together. We came
Convinced
here
her to go to San
San
Antonio.
Antonio.
Is
and
she
that
from
was-
Big Spring?
Yes, she's from Big
Oh, you
Spring,
got her
and
to
that
move.
was tough because of
Big move.
parents and all
Yeah.
that. But
Did you get married there?
Yes.
Okay.
We got married. My son was born in Big Spring.
Okay.
You know, and we moved here,
Yeah.
and then later on we had twin girls.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and
Amazing.
yeah, as I got my engineering degree, you know, I became process engineer, R&D,
Yeah.
director of R&D, VP of R&D, VP of engineering, operation, and then something happened, business really dropped very, in oil and gas. And
Yeah.
this is a company that we had.
This is in
And
the
this
80s?
is what I learned throughout the years,
Yeah.
how not to do and how change the company if I had opportunity. Being in these amazing cycles in oil and gas, suddenly a company that was built to become $30-40 million at the time, suddenly became $5 million, $4 million.
Wow. Painful.
Yeah. But it was a blessing that on the other side, that the owner, they said that's
No more.
enough. Therefore, we end up as a group of us, 4 or 5 of us at the time. We were the manager of the company. We'd done a management buyout.
Nice.
And this was a $4-5 million, and we bought the company.
Wow.
And
So you were all
I
very
became owner,
Yeah.
part owner of the company.
You
Me,
were-
Bill Burnett, and a few other
Okay.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we built the company from $5-6 million till it was $20 million.
Yeah.
Sold it to Ellie Semin.
Yeah.
We kept some of the money, some of the shares, and we sold it again a few years back to Tubisco
Clay.
at the time, to Clay. In fact, even the first time to Ellie Semin,
Yeah.
Clay was
Clay was on
there.
the Ellie Semin
Ellie
side.
Semin's team. Therefore,
See what he
Clay
did?
bought this company 2 times. I always remind
That's
him of,
very
this
funny.
is one company
Yeah,
that you
yeah,
bought 2
twice.
times.
It's the only one. Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's
And-
funny because Clay loves your business, like just
Yeah,
because
because
of
he really, from very early on,
that. Yeah.
he loved it.
He does.
He
He
understood
really-
it.
Yeah.
He understood
Believes
what
in
it is.
Still does.
Yeah, he understood what it is,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he unbelievably supported me
Yeah.
to really take it to the next level because he was convinced this is a right business if we just can manage it right. And
Yeah.
one thing that I done, when in 2009, this business was around $120 million. Therefore, we grew it. We grew
Big
it at
time,
the time.
big time.
Yeah, and
With some help from Clay.
oh, absolutely.
Some acquisitions
Do you
along the
know,
way.
that's correct. That's
Yeah,
correct.
yeah.
It just happened that we bought, you see a bunch of pictures here. All of these
All
are
these brands.
the acquisitions that we've
What is
done
the
throughout
total? Do you know the total amount of acquisitions there's been?
Do you know, is totally, if you put all the companies together, was almost 20. Some of them $2-3 million, some
Yeah.
of them
And some
$50 million.
Some multi-brand
Some,
as well.
some multi-brand.
Yeah,
That's correct. One thing that we done as part of the growth of the company, and this was very, very big in the strategy that we set up.
Yeah.
And Clay was 100% in the middle of all these. I was very passionate about the business, but at the same time, I was very concerned that going through this big cycle, I was very, very worried. Okay, I got lucky during
Yeah.
one of these cycles to become owner, but
Right.
as a president of the company, I wanted to do, I started to put very solid strategic initiative within the team that we put together that we have to diversify. This business needs to be expanded. Is have a huge opportunity to become a global presence, but at the same time needs to be diversified. We cannot be in only one segment of the market. Currently, we are in 5 segments, and the initiative in the play, we want to be in the 6th segment that we are pushing. Essentially, when you look at our business right now, we are using the same raw material, but we are totally in 6 different markets that they do. The customers are different, the processes are different, everything
Amazing.
is different. Therefore,
It protects the business.
just imagine during the COVID time, even during the worst time, this business was one of the bright spots of NOV because the way that we diversified the business. This is a $600-700 million business currently, and my goal always have been to take it to $1 billion. As you know, you and I, we talked about this so many times. Time's catching up with me. The next generation.
You're going to have to pass the baton.
Next generation leader that are going to do that, I absolutely convinced and believe this is that kind of business with that kind of background and that kind of potential.
I know you're going to keep checking on us
That's
because
true.
you so believe
That's
that
correct.
this is real. We're going to
Another
do
thing that was very important to me as we were building, this cannot be a North America business.
No.
This is a global business, and as you can see, we built it
Yeah.
very much of a
All over.
international setting. We are in Europe, South America, in Middle East, China, Southeast Asia, Southeast Asia. And as part of this growth, very quickly I realized everybody want to have 100% reliance on US. And I realized that cannot be.
No.
Therefore, as you travel within the company, you realize we built fantastic team of operators within region that they can manage their business very strongly and independently. And that was another very important thing that I thought it is for us to become a real global business. These units have to have breadth, engineering, quality, and everything else that it requires, because they cannot rely on what we put in front of them constantly. They have to be very independently part of the same unit, but they have to be able to manage it. You go to China, unbelievable team that they can manage. You go Southeast Asia, Middle East. Within 5 years, we built a juggernaut of facilities and
It's wild.
companies.
So what's the secret to managing all that complexity? That's a lot of complex
People-
relationships, business. How
Yeah.
how did you do that?
We have currently 27 facilities.
That's a lot.
Around 27 facilities. The key to me have been I be a catalyst and a person that can help my team to succeed. I cannot do all this stuff as you grow.
Yeah.
You have to have a top-notch kids, top-notch team members, that they become passionate. They see your passion. You have to instill that passion in them. They recognize that this is what we believe. And they give them opportunity to grow.
Yeah.
Very, very important. They have to believe that you are behind them. If they make a mistake, they don't have to look
Over the shoulder.
over their shoulder. They have to realize you are going to be there to help them. Don't worry. Move. Take this business. This is what we want to do. This is the strategy. You need the best people, as I am trying to bring the best people. I hope the people that I brought, and I know it, they are smarter than me. And I think that's very important. Bring people that they are willing to sacrifice, and they love what they do,
Yeah.
and they are passionate about it.
Yeah. Something about you too is you're very strategic. It's not that you say it, it's that you do it. You gather lots of minds together every year and
Absolutely.
think about the strategy and discuss it.
This have been. I think if you and I, we talked about the strategy so many times.
Yeah.
These have been the key.
Yeah.
You do not have, as I said, being passionate, but have a plan, have a strategy, execute hard, go at it, and don't mind if you fail.
Yeah.
Don't give up. You have to turn around. You have to turn around. If the strategy is correct. In fact, if you look at the first time I set up my strategy, I say but really it was a teamwork
Sure.
that we
I've
had.
watched you do that.
My team, we put this stuff together, and we presented to Clay every planned presentation since then. The first page that I show, this is our strategy. We are not deviating from it. This is the area that we achieved. This is the area we want to go after. You know, but a strategy, if you set it correctly, a strategy doesn't change.
Yeah.
Tactic changes. How you want to implement it changes. But a strategy of you want to establish it,
Keep solid on it.
keep solid on it, keep with it, keep up with it, and people recognize that become second nature to them. Therefore, they don't have to guess every year you're changing. No, the strategy is the same. You're just going to use different tactic to achieve what we want to achieve.
Fantastic. You've got a great legacy. It's a wonderful part of our business that you've grown and used your team and worked with. It's a great example. So,
This, and as I said, one thing that I want to mention, during this this conversation, especially the current VERP situation that we had, it's just unbelievable. We had almost 8 or 9 VPs took this.
amazing.
Amazing.
You
But
should
guess
fall
what?
apart. Should fall apart.
You should fall apart, but believe me, we had fantastic people just
Love it.
next. Structurally we set it up
Yeah.
that the next generation leader, they were just being brought up. Therefore,
Yeah.
we very much quickly, we moved it to the next level. And I think that's very critical for our business. Not only what we are trying to do, we have to be very mindful of who is the next level of talent that we are putting together and how we nurture them. They have to recognize that this is a fantastic company, and I tell everybody, it's just unbelievable. NOV have been the most amazing parent to FGS. Recognizing what we are and how we got supported and how we were able to grow this business from $20 million to $600-700 million.
Yeah, allowed to fail, but also allowed to get it right at the same time.
That's exactly right.
Yeah,
That's exactly right. And just both support us to internally grow. Almost 50% of our growth happened internally.
Yeah.
We built the equipment and manufacturing facility ourselves.
Yeah.
When we bought a company, I always was after a nugget. Never bought a company for revenue.
Right.
I was after what they have that I don't have, and I can support it and make it better.
But it's something that everyone knows. When you bought companies, you would get them financially performing every time.
Every time. The reason is, do not buy a company for revenue. Buy for value and what they can do, and then recognize what you can do for them to take them from point A to point B, C, D, and take him to the next level. Every acquisition that we've done, over and over, we bought companies with 8-10% EBITDA within 2 years, 22% EBITDA.
Every time.
We have, and the reason is because a strategy, we had a plan, we had a strategy, we knew this addition is going to take us to the next level. At the same time, we can provide unbelievable resources for them that they didn't have to take them to the next level.
That's great.
Yeah.
So anything you want to say before I'm going to wrap up in a sec?
I just want to say I had fantastic life building this company, unbelievable people around me that they grew up with me to build this company, and unbelievable bosses from VF Michael, Bill Burnett, Haynes Smith, Kirk, Scott, and Clay that always have been around to support us to take us to the next level. I appreciate all the trust that they put in me. This is a fantastic company. It's going to a structure to really perform beautifully in future. I have a lot of faith in the team that currently is running the company, and they are going to do a good job for NOV.
Well, on behalf of the company and all the people, thank you, Hossein, for all these years, all the work you've done, how much you've poured into other people and the business. It's a wonderful legacy. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
For the interview and for just doing such amazing work in your career.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.